We are live on Shaggy TV for the Outlaw Dirt Series. Pro late models at the Lucas Oil Speedway. Man, oh man, we are in for a good one. You're going to see guys, the majority of them. Now, the last two you see kind of floating there at center. Yeah, we see them starting to climb up a little bit. There we go, getting a little closer to that wall. And throughout the night, we are going to see guys absolutely fight for that real estate coming off the corner. It could get nasty. See what the boys have in store for us is the 28 of Brandon Combs looking to join the party here. Gonna pull back out on the racetrack, but right now the point leader in the 316, Devin Hauer. The big slow at the top of the charts. We'll have to see what he thinks about Lucas Oil Speedway as we go throughout the night. Now you can see him using up every inch down there in the bottom, getting as close to the tractor tires as he can without clipping that nose off. And then, well, as soon as we go for him for the good view, he's going to cut off the racetrack. Let's ride around with gas money here in the 18 Brandon Geislight. W Energy machine. Running the middle right now through 1 and 2. Let's see what he does in 3 and 4. Does he send it low? Still kind of likes that middle. Gonna try to build up a little cushion there in the center of the racetrack. Well, still got a long time in practice here. Didn't have too much going on. Watching the World of Outlaws race there on the computer. That's definitely something gonna pique my interest here throughout the evening. But other than that, man, a pretty slow Friday night. Hoping we get some more race cars in here. Fill it up a little bit, but at the current moment, I think we're okay. Actually, we do get Tyler Bowman there, so we're gonna have 11 when guys start putting in some times. Didn't realize they were hiding down there unclaimed. I thought we only had the 1. Oh, the 4 gets into the tractor tire, and boy, oh boy, the 018 nowhere to go. And you see, if one mistake in front of you, they're by Greg Parmalee. You got to be on your toes here in the back of the field. You don't want to get caught up in any nonsense. Let's ride on board here. You know, I always forget to do this. Don't take my word for it. You get to see the Cuddy Shed Speed number 43 of Peyton Anderson roll around here. Clay City, Illinois native. See, that's the big slow in front of him there in the 316. We got a little battle. Let's go see what the 328 does. Taking a peek. I can't tell on who. The 94, that's Gary Offit. Gary not going to put up too much of a fight there in that Young Gun Creations 94. As Combs continues to cut his way through the field here in warm-ups. We're not going to see those times get any quicker. Not as the track ages. This is definitely one of those that around lap 4 or 5, maybe 6, you're going to see your highest speeds. But right now, it's only going to decline, and we'll show you their last times around. They're all falling into the 14-second bracket. So not a drastic fall off, but definitely not going to be able to keep those quick times going here in warm-ups when we go over to qualifying it. I imagine we'll possibly even be, 14 3s, 14 4s by that stage, but only time will tell here. See Brandon Combs still rolling around. We got Tyler Bowman. No, that's Tyler Knopf, excuse me. This is Tyler Bowman. Clicked on the wrong Tyler. Chip Bangers Racing number 79. Let's see here. Do we have any? The Vertex graphics machine. Try to do this to all of them. Still just Sam Beatbox there. I gotta yell at Aiden at Young Gun Creations, tell him to start putting a logo there. Oh, I'll make him put my logo there. DLN there on the 18 of Gas Money. The Bush Light fueled 28 of Brandon Combs. Does the Big Slow have anything there? His cheating website, griphack.com. You know, I've still never... I always say I'm going to go do that. You know what? Let's do it. No better time than now, as they say. You obviously won't get to go along for the ride with me, but you also can pull out your phones. Just keep the broadcast and me going there, you know, up in the top right, or swipe on YouTube, keep us in the side. Let's all go check out griphack.com. Let's see if it's even real. Okay, GripHack, the site is currently private. If you're the owner or contributor, please log in. So, alright. You know what? Let's figure it out. Alright, I've got a really good idea here. I'm gonna hop over to the FTM room. And because he was in a place where he's not locked, I can go over here, drag him up, and talk to the man. So, Devin, question for you. This is Shaggy, obviously. You around?
Yes, sir. What's up, man?
Okay, so I see and hear all of you guys talk about griphack.com all the time, okay? So I just went there, and it's a private website, and I need to log in. So is this just, you know, a little joke between the gang, or is there something really cool going on at griphack.com?
Well, I think that at first it was kind of a joke, and then that's where you know, a couple of guys started making sets, and, you know, pretty much saying that's the griphack.com right there. So that's where the website came from. But it was, at first it was all a joke from, you know, all the other guys, because we was just starting out, and you know, like, how they're so fast, you know what I mean? They got grip packs and shit like that. Well, I think it just became up a thing to where you know, that's where they were putting their setups for like Swan and stuff like that. So yeah, it was a joke at first, but there's some setups out there for it through Swan Speed Shop.
Man, that's all right, cool. I've always, you know, we got all this time to kill, and I've always wondered, and I always tell myself, dude, when you guys are done, I even said on the broadcast that I'm gonna have to go check it out, but I never do, and I finally did, and I saw that it was a real thing, but obviously password protected as it should be, but I had to do a little deep diving. And Devin, I appreciate you for filling us in, my man.
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck tonight, brother.
Hey, thanks, man.
That's Devin Hauer. So we get our information there. I figured it was kind of, you know, maybe something the boys at FTM had put together to when I just noticed that you could actually log into it. That you know, probably just their Google Drive per se, the way they share all their information. But pretty cool, pretty cool. All right, now we'll bring back up my camera software. We'll ride around, let's see what the 44 here Scooter's doing. He's got the all black paint on this week, you know. Maybe that thing's was for sale from somebody else, and he just bought it up, slapped the 44 on there. Because normally we see him in some stylish rides. Next level racing machine. Look at that. Are there any other hidden logos on there in black? Maybe just need to be seen in a different light. Doesn't look like it there. You see, that would be the view that would have been the good one going down the front stretch. The zoomed in one anyway, per se. Are up to 13 drivers now. Devin Emfinger just registered. He's not currently, hasn't put in a time, or wait, no, he has put in a time. It's popped up on your end. Okay, this is why. He's in a room all by himself. That's why it wasn't registering him running any laps. Poor Devin. Very lonely over here. But hey, you know, what are you going to do if you're Devin? You can only play with what you're dealt here. Coming up on 10 minutes left to go in practice. The 94 Gary Offit trying to swing it around there. We've got... Who was that up in front? Bachman Jr. That's who. That's right. One of these days I'm going to learn that thing has a 3 on it. I should know by now because James runs another league that I call on Sundays. And it's just, dude, it's that broadcaster green medicine memory, you know? It's not always sticking around. And then when I'm going to sleep, I'll remember. Oh, that was James Bachman Jr.'s car. But, you know, it never comes out when you need it. Oh, it's the 316. The big slow, man. Almost jumped the cushion there. Now, you know, maybe, whoa, look at that left front lifting up. He is using up every bit here. Actually, do we have... How close is he getting to the outside wall? Not at all. Now he's going to run down on the inside. Going to rotate up a little bit on us. The big slow got to figure out where to run in qualifying. Not there. Unless you want to be losing left fronts here as Peyton Anderson watches the chaos. He goes up there, taps that outside wall. And boy, oh boy. Using up every inch of the racetrack here at Lucas Oil. Takes a look under Scooter here. He's able to drive on by right under the 44. They both go back to the bottom. Now Peyton goes back up to the top shelf. Gonna be interesting here. I'm not too sure where drivers are gonna want to go in qualifying. I don't think there is a per se a dedicated fast line right now. It may be a mixture, maybe a slider, but we'll have to see. Warm-ups come to a close. You see the cars disappear. Checkered flag waves, and we'll see who comes out on the racetrack first for qualifying. Who's going to get the honor so far? First one in the car is Brandon Combs. First one out of the pits is Brandon Combs. Close battle between Devin Howard, though. You know, I always got to show there was a close battle, but the 28, no doubt, he's out first. And as he rolls through 3 and 4, no, actually, he's going down the backstretch. What do I know? Get my eyes checked here, Shaggy. Combs gets in the outside wall. He's going to have to give it up. Now we'll go to gas money here. What can Geiswhite do as lap number 1 rolls in? 14:40 for the 18. Greg Parmalee 0.6 of a second off the pace. Gonna need a big improvement. Gas money. Quicker sector 1, slower sector 2. Not going to improve. Going to stay that 14.40. But right now, still at the top of the charts. Let's see what Emfinger does here. P3 for the moment. Can he get quicker? No. Yellow, yellow. That's not going to get it done. What about the big slow here? Devin Howard. It was green, green. But I think that first lap we saw He had to kind of scrap it. Oh, now Brandon Combs. He takes quick time with a 14.33. Oh, trimming his way to the top is the Combs cut, man, in the 28. The Cobb at the top of the charts, but Devin Hauer. Purple Sector 1, Purple Sector 2, but I don't think any of these count for the big slow. They don't. He gets to flex his muscles there and show up on the TV, Purple. But he had already used his laps up, so naughty. Not going to count there for the 316 as JP Shed comes across. JP going to stay P5. And 11 of our 13 drivers have qualified. No Sean Grimes Jr., no Tyler Knopf. I believe they may be admitting, so may not see those guys on the racetrack tonight. May only be 11. We'll have to see how it goes. And it is going to be 11, and we're going to have them all come out and play here for our one and only heat race. Let's take a look at our starting lineup. Rounding out the field, the 4 of Greg Parmalee, row 5 to the outside, the 94 of Gary Offit to the inside, the double deuce, James Bachman Jr. Row 4 to the outside, the 79 of Tyler Bowman to the inside, the lucky number 13 of Devin M. Finger. I wonder if it's M. Finger or M. Finger. Somebody out there who knows Devin should emphasize the gur, right? Gur in the chat box, or Fing, if we're going to go F-I-N-G. But row 3 to the outside, Scooter in the 44, Chris Thibodeau to the inside, the 06 of the CSS machine, JP Shed. Row 2 to the outside, the 316 of the point leader, the big slow Devin Hauer. To the inside, the 43 of Peyton Anderson. Row number 1 for your one and only heat race to the outside, Gas Money Brandon Geiswhite. And starting on the pole, the Cobb in the 28, Brandon Combs. Let's see here if I can get this to come up properly. Got lucky. Did get it to come up properly. And now we'll watch that pace truck dive off as we drive down the backstretch one more time, and the drivers will have 10 laps to go playing the clay here at Lucas Oil Speedway. This is going to set the grid for your feature as Brandon Combs hits the gas and the Cobb leads us into turn 1. Fueled by Busch Light, can he bring it home? Brandon Combs up front, but Gas Money, he's close there in that W Energy machine. And they're 3 wide behind as Scooter right now trying to rip that outside. But you see Bachman Jr., a little contact with the 4 of Greg Parmalee. As the field continues, 3 wide once again. Devin Hauer, the big slow, he's got that 316 rolling in the basement. Trying to work by him, finger in that 13 machine, and he does. He completes the pass. Move the 316 up to 5th. Gas Money knows how important starting out front for a feature is. Will he be able to do it? Caution flag waves. Caution flag waves. Here is, I believe, Greg Parmalee involved one more time. A little sideways, pulls it into the infield. Not apparently enough for the caution flag, but the 360 spin was not. Man, iRacing can be buggy sometimes, but Brandon Combs out front, having it his own way so far, but is this little cool down period maybe what Gas Money needed here to come back at him for one charge? Brandon Geiswhite. Man, call him gas money, but with a helmet like that, might have to call this guy the Shark here. Tries to go for a little swim. Can he get underneath the 28 of Brandon Combs when we get back to racing? Should have 5 laps to go when we're set to go play one more time. No, 6 laps to go. There you go. It just refreshed. That's why I was a little pausey. I wasn't too sure where the count would be. But as the green flag is high, it's ready to fly. We're back underway. We're heat racing at the Lucas Oil Speedway. Peyton Anderson making the move for P2. Slides up. We're 3 wide. Devin Howard swinging it on the bottom. What can the point leader do? Gas Money going to lose 2 on this opening lap. Bounced into the outside wall. May lose 1 more into the outside wall. Scooter goes around. He's on his lid. No caution. No caution. No caution flag just yet. And we may not get one here as Brandon Combs out front, but tough break for Geiswhite Shed. Oh, man, and now we get a caution flag. Caution flag finally waving. That was a big one here. Let's take a look at how this kind of all kicked off. Gonna go to the drone camera here. A little foggy tonight. You see just a little contact there, and then he gets it one more time from the 06, who possibly gets into the back of Scooter as well. And boy, oh boy, Scooter, he goes up and over, lands on all 4. He was able to keep it rolling. Oh, man, but that's a sick puppy there. Spoiler flying off for the 44. And, well, stuff happens quick here. At Lucas Oil, you're going fast. You don't want to let off the gas, and you expect the mayhem. We gotta stay in these lower track cameras here. It is foggy. According to the iRacing, you go up there in the aerials, you can barely see. Looks like we're out in California. As the pace truck dives off there, it's a little different. Dives off in 1 and 2. We've got the whole length of the backstretch here. As Brandon Combs tries to get a little more heat in those tires. We roll through 3 and 4, and the Cobb drops the hammer. We're back underway, 3 to play. Oh, Peyton Anderson, a little shot there to the 316, but the big slow able to hold it down. Peyton may lose 1, though. There's a big slide job from Tyler Bowman. And here comes Empfinger here. I wanted to say the 21 because there's a 21 on the side or a 71. That's a 21. But here he's listed as the 13. Or maybe that's even a double deuce. I can't tell. That's a little far back there. Maybe a double deuce. Maybe a 21. Who knows, man? That back number is confusing. All I know is white flag is in the air for the driver of the 28 as he goes across, takes the checkered flag. And Brandon Combs is going to start on the pole for tonight's feature. Tyler Bowman, Devin Howard, Devin Empfinger, Peyton Anderson, Chris Thibodeau. The only guys that are going to finish that thing clean here. And we're going to stick around for the warm-ups. We won't go anywhere. We'll watch some sights and sounds. I'm going to mute myself, grab a drink. But, hey, we'll be right back with a little pro late model dirt race action here at the Lucas Oil Speedway. Stick around. No, we won't. What am I doing? What am I doing? I interview the heat race winners here. Gosh, dang it. All these leagues blur together. I was trying to just drop out of this all entirely. Brandon, you know how many leagues I do, man. I almost was going to cut the commercial and forget all about this. I'm sorry for leaving you here waiting, man. But you win your heat race, get to start on the pole tonight. How we feeling?
To be honest with you, I didn't even know I had to do this. But yeah, won the heat race, wasn't too bad. We got to find some more speed though, that's for sure, because Devin was coming until he hit that tire. But yeah, we'll see what kind of adjustments we can make to see if we can get some more speed out of her.
Obviously, I mean, slide job's kind of king here at Lucas Oil, but you lose a lot of time coming off the corner. How do you defend against this? Do you leave the bottom open, or do you kind of run a slider to protect and you leave that top shelf open? What's the strategy here when we get ready to go out and play?
I think right now it's really just about trying to keep the tires hooked up and keep the car straight on exit to try to just take care of your tires here a little bit. But we'll see, though. I mean, I know he's got a good car. He's pretty good. We'll see if we can whip something up to be able to compete with him and maybe win another race.
Yeah, man, we know that thing's fueled by Busch Light, and I know you hang out with those FTM boys a lot, but stick it to them, man. Go out here and win this thing. Go get him, Brandon.
Yeah, they're good dudes, but yeah, we'll see if we can beat another one.
Yeah, no, I love them as much as the next guy, but dude, they win all the time. Go stick it to them this time. Brandon Combs, winner of heat race your only heat race here. And we're going to see what he can do. That is not going to be an easy task. Those guys are quick at absolutely every racetrack they go to. But right now, Gas Money the quickest in the 18, Brandon Geiswhite, has a lot of pace, and they may advance this on me, but I promise I will be right back. I am going to go grab that bottle of water and enjoy the sights and sounds here at Lucas Oil. Not a boatload of guys, so I imagine, and I appreciate him for honestly doing this too. This is kind of the time where you want a lot of guys out there on the racetrack. Put some, beat it up a little bit. Let's widen it up. Let's try to get it a little racy. We saw some guys had some unfortunate things happen to them in the heat race, and if you're not really, able to widen that track out, get it racy, it's going to be tough for anybody to come up here and play with this 28 here tonight. So you gotta love these guys. Not only going to go out here and race, 50 laps, I believe, maybe 45. But they're going to go out here and do about 20 apiece here in warm-ups, just to widen it up a little more. But it's going to make it that much racier, and you see they're not fighting those hands. That's big for Devin Howard. Just a little bit of saw in action, but smooth on those hands, and that's going to translate to speed. He's not going to show the stuff right now to hang out P11, but I'm telling you, Devin, you're going to have to watch out for this guy. The point leader for a reason, and we'll see if that griphack.com machine can march its way on up. And if all the good stuff is at griphack.com too, we're gonna have to get me a login to this Squarespace, possibly. As I just glanced over, it is powered by Squarespace. It says in the bottom right hand of the corner, so they can't tell me that I wasn't really here. I'm telling the truth. It is real. Let's take a look here at our starting lineup for our Pro Dirt late models here at the Lucas Oil Speedway. Rounding out the field in the double deuce, James Bachman Jr. Row 5 to the outside, the 4 of Greg Parmalee. To the inside, the 18 of Gas Money, Brandon Geiswhite. Row 4 to the outside, the 06 of JP Shed. To the inside, the 94 of Gary Offit. Row 3 to the top shelf, the 44 of Scooter. Chris Thibodeau to the inside, the 43 of Peyton Anderson. Row 2 to the outside, Devin Empfinger in the lucky 13 to the inside, the big slow in the 316, Devin Hauer. Row number 1 for your Outlaw Dirt Series Pro late models. So many lates in that. That's what throws me off. It's kind of a tongue twister, you know. Outlaw Dirt Series Pro, or Law. It's the L. I guess it's not late. Outlaw Dirt Series Pro late models. There we go. At the Lucas Oil Speedway, row 1 to the outside, the 79 of Tyler Bowman. And starting on the pole, fueled by Busch Light, the driver of the 28, the Cobb, Brandon Combs. Cold as the Rocky Mountain stream, smooth as its name. The Busch Light. Oh, the wonders of high school underage drinking. As the green flag is high, it's ready to fly. We've got 40 to play at Lucas Oil Speedway as the Cobb sends it off Devin Hauer. He's going to lose a spot here, or not able to hold the spot, excuse me, as he slid up in front of Bowman. Now Devin going to lose one, possibly two, only going to be one. As Peyton Anderson gets in there in front, Devin trying to slide him back. Can't complete it. And Brandon Combs loving what he sees off that rear end. Car in the outside wall. We're going to have a caution. We're going to have to see what happened here. Well, I mean, obviously we see he ends up in the outside wall, but what set off him ending up in the outside wall? Looks like it's possibly... Yeah, you get some help there from the 06 and JP shit. Just getting that thing a little wide on corner entry. And not too sure. Hopefully Devin can get back out there, but I think... Now, I could be wrong, but I think the 06, I can't remember who the contact was there in heat race number 1, but maybe two people he's roughed up here this evening, so you got to watch your back. You don't want too many enemies here at the short track. It may be tough to finish this one on the right side. As Brandon Combs... Can he choose? It is leader's choice, I believe. But it doesn't matter if it's leader's choice because it's a single file restart. So Brandon Combs is going to lead the field down the backstretch for the final time, and we'll get set to go back racing here at the Lucas Oil Speedway. As we've got 3 laps in the books, lap number 4 is underway. We're ready to go play. Ooh, Bowman getting a little company there from the 43 of Peyton Anderson. Devin Hauer ripping that top shelf, trying to come back at the 2 in front of him, your point leader. But now he's got to go down and play a little defense as the 44 takes a peek. And speaking of playing defense, man, Tyler doing an excellent job as the 43 slides up a little bit. No contact just yet, but Devin Hauer says maybe he gives him a little remember me. There's a little contact on the entry. Just loosens him up. That's clean racing, you know what I mean? Lightening up the rear end of the guy on corner, not gonna spin him, not gonna make him lose it. There, Peyton. You know, maybe helps him out a little bit again in the center of the corner. You got to let guys know that you're willing to, you know, give them a little shot there if they need it. Bump them back in line as Tyler Bowman rolling the outside here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Really that middle, the real outside is the big slow Devin Howard. He is trying to, and then as soon as I say that about these guys, you know by now they do the opposite. And Gas Money, he's got a 2, almost 3 wide battle off the nose of that thing as he tries to pick his way up through the field. Yeah, oh, he had to get on the binders there, almost lost it. As we were on the nose there at the 18, had to jump on the binders. And Gas Money got to make that time back up again here as he was almost around the 06. Oh, he almost gets into the 44 there. And now your Gas Money. Now maybe I was going to say you gotta take a hike on the freeway, go to the outside. But maybe that's only to cross up the guy. No, it goes right back up there. Thought maybe he was going to try to diamond underneath the 44. But now he's just going to jump in line here and try to work his way on by as Tyler Bowman. P2 here, lap 13, Brandon Combs. He is out front here by a country mile. 1.5 seconds as the battle rages for P2, Devin Howard. Trying to get that 316 out in front of the 79 is, whoa. Geisweit feeling the pressure there from Scooter. Man, oh man, these guys just back and forth going at it. Greg Parmalee not too far ahead from the leaders at this point, maybe about half a track. So if we keep rolling, green flag, this may be a little trouble for Brandon as we get a little contact here for P2. Rubbins Racing, they put fenders on him for a reason. Let's use them. The 79, Tyler Bowman, he's got to go down. He's got to try to force Devin, but there's contact on entry. Devin pushes on up the racetrack and he takes over P2, but you got to think the 79, he's going to make a reservation for 2 here, possibly going into 3 and 4, but he's maybe a little too far back here. As Devin Howard has his sights set on the driver of the 28, Brandon Combs. JP trying to work that 06 into the top 4. Maybe just hold on to the top 5 is Gas Money. Coming with a big run here at the end of the straightaways. He's making a lot of time center off, but it's just not enough. You see, he can't close in, can't make a move. There in the center of the corner, picks up so much time. Almost has to lift out of the throttle. He's that much quicker, but JP driving it in deep, making some time back there in 1 and 2 on the 43. And as long as he stays right on the deck lid of the 43, it is going to be really tough for Gas Money to go down here and make a move. Not going to be able to slide job 2 for here at Lucas Oil Speedway. You got to get one at a time. Brandon Combs all alone out front, 2.5 seconds up the road. The driver of the 28 feeling good about his chances of bringing this thing home if it stays green flag. He is just flirting with that cushion, going up as high as he can. Devin Howard doing the same, possibly maybe even a little higher up there in 1 and 2. See what he does in 3 and 4, riding that Combs line. And you can see he's a little lower than Combs in 3 and 4. You can see the freshest tire tracks around the outside from the car before. But right now, 16 laps to go. We're over halfway. Brandon Combs, 2.2 seconds up the road. Oh, JP jumps the cushion. Gas Money tries to force his way on by. He's got to get the elbows out. And for now, Gas Money does get it done. But the 06, he's going to come back with a big run here. JP keeping it in the center of the corner. As Shed going to lose a spot to the 18 after jumping the cushion in 3 and 4. Got 13 laps coming this time by to go for one last swing. But Tyler Bowman, oh, he thought about throwing a slide job but couldn't complete it. Had tried to back out in the center of 1 and 2 as the 79 trying to hit a home run here at Lucas Oil Speedway. And as these guys battle on, they are reeling in the driver of the 28 here. They've got it back to within 2 seconds. Now that's still a pretty big gap for the driver of the 28. The big slow. He's going to have to find a way around here. Oh, as the 4 jumps over the edge. Greg Parmalee able to keep it straight. No caution on the racetrack as Brandon Combs 2 seconds up the road with 10 laps to go. Peyton trying to cause a little chaos here. A late run for P2. What can he do? Chip Banger's number 79. He makes up time in the entry of the corner. Now he's going to make up time on exit. Here's the big slow, goes to the middle in 3 and 4. This is the kind of, if Peyton could put together 2 of those laps and Devin keep going to the middle here in 3 and 4, we're going to see another slide job through 1 and 2. Maybe not this lap, maybe not the next one, but that is how Peyton is going to have to set this thing up. Is they've got the lead trimmed down to 1.8 over this man in the 28, Brandon Combs. But with only 6 laps to go, without a caution, they are just not going to catch him in time. As I told you, you'd take a peek through 1 and 2. Can't make it work. But you can just see by the way these two are driving. This is the way that Peyton has to do it. And here it comes. Slide jump. Oh, the big slow counters back and he steals it. Choreographed it perfectly. And when you're setting the guy up to make the pass like that, if I can see it up here, Devin's thinking about it while he's out there racing and able to race with his head there, go defensive, hold on to P2. But there's 3 laps to go. This time for the Combs cuts, man. Brandon Combs. Can he hold on? Will we keep this thing green flag? Devin Hauer, he's got enough of a lead here, you'd think, with 2 laps to go that he should be able to hold on to P2. Tyler Bowman probably made his last swing as we roll through 3 and 4. White flag in the air. 1 more lap to go for the Cobb. Brandon Combs fast everywhere he goes, and he proves it one more time for the final time through 3 and 4. The Cobb brings home the checkered flag at Lucas Oil Speedway. Devin Hauer, P2. Tyler Bowman rounds out the podium. And Gas Money gets up to P4. Peyton Anderson rounding out the top 5. Boy, oh boy. Couple cautions there in the beginning, but a long green flag run to close out. And Brandon Combs brings it home. Man, in his flannel driving suit, nonetheless. Devin Hauer, P2, your point leader. And Tyler Bowman coming home 3rd in that 79. Good battle between 2nd and 3rd, but absolutely nobody had anything for the driver of the 28, Brandon Combs. Stole the show here. Let's see if we can get a word with your top 3 drivers. See if we can't find Tyler Bowman. Hey, Tyler, Shaggy in the booth, man. You got a copy?
How's it going?
Hey, man, fellow PA boy, brother. I'm always rooting for you here. But tonight, maybe not as high up as you maybe deserved. You had a lot of speed in that 79, but, man, we know how tough it is to pass here. And just talk to us about that racing.
Yeah, it was just extremely tough. I mean, Combs is always really good. So he's probably one of the best late model drivers, I want to say, in iRacing as far as leagues go. He's just really talented, and I knew I didn't really have anything for him based off the heat race. I kind of feel like I was definitely a second place car tonight. Obviously, me and Devin had a good race. Obviously, there was contact, but that's with any track like that, it's contact all the time. So it was fun overall, but who knows? Maybe I'll be able to run next week and get a couple spots more and hopefully get some respect from Devin here.
Yeah, man. I mean, dude, you were definitely you had some wheels on that thing, and it was pretty amazing if you go back and watch this while you guys were racing as hard as you were. Maybe he's taking it a little easy up front, but you guys are tugging on that leash of Brandon. You were able to pull him in about a half a second those final 10 laps. You guys just ran out of time. Maybe a late caution, could have changed your fate. But at the end of the day, man, P3 finishing on the podium with those drivers, that's got to be something to hang your hat on. Congratulations, Tyler. You got anybody you want to thank?
I would like to thank XL Sim Sports, Sean, Tyler for basically putting on this race and the series and stuff like that. I'd like to thank Chip Banger Racing and Dylan Perry and Brandon Combs because they're really helpful when it comes to late model stuff. And then also I'd like to thank my RL guy, or sponsors, Vertex Graphics, Arnold Furniture, Bowman Renovations, and Explosive Printing.
Well, hey, heck of a run, Tyler, man. Can't wait to have you back up here on the podium and talk to you again. You're a great driver. Fun to watch.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Tyler Bowman bringing home P3. And now we're going to bring up the man running P2 tonight, the big slow, Devin Hauer. Devin, man, you guys got most of the TV time. You and Bowman were putting on a show there. How much fun was that using those fenders up here, short track racing?
I mean, yeah, it was fun and all, but there were some reasons behind it. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Oh, I mean, hey, I got to be polite about it. Not much slips my way up here. I see that every now and then we got to return the favors, but there's a way to do that the right way and polite way, I would say. And the way you guys handled it, you rub a little bit, but hey, everybody stays on the racetrack and we get that amazing finish that we're all looking for. And Devin, I mean, when you're winning the points, how important is it coming home with another P2?
It's exciting. I know after tonight, there's only 2 weeks left of the season, so yeah.
Well, hey, Devin, congratulations, man, on another good podium. Always rooting for the FTM boys. Hopefully, I'm talking to you again Sunday, but before you get out of here, man, who you want to thank?
Yeah, I gotta thank all the boys at FTM, Full Throttle Motorsports, DJ Sim Shop, DNA Super Dirt Car, um, Dupro Performance, and Jewelry Designs for the pretty slick wrap. Got busted out for me this week. Got it on the new big block too, so glad to be showing it off now, and glad to be going through him for my work. He does a pretty good work. So, and then all the Outlaw boys for the league and you for the broadcast.
Well, hey, hell of a run, Big Slow. Can't wait to talk to you again, brother. Good job.
Thank you.
Devin Hauer bringing home P2, and he shut down the FTM boys. He brought it home, led all 40. Man, you really you drove this thing like the mountain stream tonight, dude. Flowed real good. Was it thanks to the Busch Light, or was it all the driver tonight?
I'm gonna dedicate that to the Bush Lattes. That's for sure, because driver's no good. Just sitting here holding the wheel. I mean, car was kind of a handful at the beginning of that race, but it seemed like as it was going on, it was getting better and better feeling. Was able to move around a little bit, just trying to see if there was something else out there than just running the top and then the middle, but there really wasn't.
No, it's this definitely when you come here, it seems like, especially as the track kind of wears, it's slide or die. And I mean, you probably didn't have the best view of it being way out front. But how important was it that you just aced those restarts, man, and got to the front? Because it was a freaking madhouse behind you with sliders. And you got to be thankful you weren't a part of them.
Yeah, for sure. I was glad not to see a few restarts there towards the end. It was it was nice to see it just go green. Um, I know Devin and Tyler, they were kind of reeling me in a little bit there at the end, but I was also trying to just maintain a gap to some of the guys that were having a tough night in front of me there, and just didn't want to get too close to them and possibly cause an issue. But yeah, I mean, car's pretty good. I think if we would have had a late race restart, it would have been tricky, that's for sure, because I don't know how this thing would have fired off on old worn out tires.
Yeah, quit doing my damn job, Brandon. That was my next question. What were we gonna do if? Because I know sometimes we're used to these 3-lap restarts, man, or 3-lap green flag finishes, real quick stints to end the race. It's the first one that really ended under a long green flag run. I mean, were you surprised by that? Were you maybe I know you say trying to maintain the gap between the guys in front, very smart, but are you also at the same time maybe thinking about saving your tires a little bit just in case we have a late race caution?
Yeah, there was some laps where I changed my line a little bit to try to drive the car a little bit straighter, get it to kind of just turn itself and not put too much pressure on the right front or the right rear, and be careful with my foot, just trying to take care of the tires a little bit. But yeah, if there was a late race restart, I don't really know what else I would have done or been able to do to try to hold on to it at least, except for just get a really good start and hopefully not spin the tires too bad.
Well, Brandon, how many? Let's see here. I've got to cheat and kind of look. But how many races have you been in? Do you know off the top of your head?
I
In
have
here?
no idea.
Because
And the Pro Lates, I have no idea.
I know you've missed a bunch of them. Your average finish, though, is second, so everybody is pretty dang lucky you've decided to not run these all the time, man, because when you've shown up, dude, it has been the Brandon Combs show. I think this is your third win of the season, man, so congratulations on another good night. You got anybody you want to thank before you get out of here?
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, is that my third win?
I'm seeing I already had it loaded up, so there's no way it refreshed. They made me an admin of this league in iRacing. You had 430 points and 2 wins. Your average start was 8th, and you still had 2 wins too, by the way. Yeah.
I guess it is. I didn't think I had 3 wins already.
Yeah. So it must be your third, because it wouldn't have updated that fast, I don't think.
Yeah, I know my first start was Charlotte, and I was able to win that one. And that was kind of a shoe show in the heat race and through the B main. I remember that, but that's really about it.
Yeah, okay. So I can look at their schedule. You won at Cedar Lake on the 14th. And you won Valentine's Day at Charlotte. So yep. Charlotte, Cedar Lake, and now Lucas Oil Speedway, because now it did just update. You've got 3 wins.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know what else you asked me. You asked me something, and I don't remember.
Yeah, sponsors, man. You gotta give them their credit, or they'll get mad at you. Got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah. Guess I thanks to Dino over at Super Dirt Car Series, all the guys over at Chip Bangers Racing, FHP Consultant, GFP, 0FG, Busch Light, fueled by Busch Light, Copper Combs Fan Club, all the guys over at FTM for letting me come hang out with them guys, and saw that Devin was able to finish second, I believe, if that's right, and that's a good run for him. I know he's leading the points and stuff, so that's good for him. Yeah, thanks to you guys for putting the broadcast on, and thanks to Tyler and Sean for giving us a place to come race and have some fun.
Well, hey, hell of a run, Brandon. Am I going to see you Sunday? You going to grace us Sunday?
That I don't know yet, because I know this Sunday I got some stuff going on.
You better cancel it. We need you out there, man. I need somebody to beat those FTM guys. It's been too easy on them lately in that All-Star Series.
We'll see. I might have to end up going to work for a little bit, but that I would be off before then, so it would really just depend what I gotta do and stuff like that. And who knows? We'll see. I've been struggling over there in FTM's league, that's for sure. In those Big Boston 358s or whatever they are.
Yeah, I guess they run the combo first, or I mean second, but they run that All-Star Series where they rotate. I kind of dig that, going in different cars where people aren't necessarily comfortable with different stuff. I dig that.
Yeah, it's a cool concept. I really like it as well because then you're driving other stuff and you can really see like, oh, well, I don't normally race like a wingless sprint car. I don't really drive those things, but I'll drive them if they're running and I'm there. I mean, why not? Give it an effort and see what happens.
Yeah, man, it's all about having fun, and it definitely is a blast. But congratulations on the win tonight, Brandon, and can't wait to talk to you again, my man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Brandon Combs bringing home his third checkered flag of the season here for the Outlaw Dirt Series Pro Late Models. And with that, we're going to wrap it up here on Shaggy TV. Thank you for tuning in this evening to the Lucas Oil Speedway. A lot of fun when we get it rolling. And man, oh man, if we could get back to the opening start of the season when we had a lot of those car counts, boy, oh boy, I'm telling you, this track, it put on a good race with just 11. Imagine we double the size of this field. So come on, drivers, put the call in out there to your friends. Let's get them back out here. Let's go play a little bit on Friday nights. But thank you for tuning in, sticking around this long. I'm Zach Chapman with Shaggy TV saying goodbye and have a good evening.